Hello, children. Welcome to mathematics class. Today we want to talk about length. Length. So when we say length, we're talking about the measure of how long or how tall an object is. How long or how tall an object is. It can also be how far a point is from another point. Now let's look at this. Look at this boy. What is this man trying to do? He's trying to look at how tall this boy is. This is an example of finding of length. Though when you are looking for how tall someone is, you call this height, actually. You call it height, but it's also an example of how you can find the length of something. This is telling us how tall this boy is. Okay, this is also another example. It's telling us the distance from one point to another. So from here to here is the length. You can see it's telling us how far this place is from here. This is also another one. From here to here is another length. From here to here is another length. It's telling us what? How far A is from C. How far B is from C. How far B is from A. All these are what? Examples of finding the length or the distance. You can also call it distance or the length. I'm only using this to explain how you can find the length of something. Let's look at how we can compare. How can we compare length? When we're saying compare, we are talking about telling which object is long, which is longer, and which is longest. Let's look at this ruler. You can see that this ruler is long, isn't it? This is longer, and this is longest. So if I'm going to compare these rulers, I'll say this is long, longer, longest. And look at this video game too. If I'm going to compare these, I'm going to say this is long, longer, longest. So this is how we can compare our length, telling which one is longer. So this is the longest of the three: long, longer, and longest. We want to look at how we can measure length, natural units of measuring length. What do we mean by natural units? Before we start using our rulers, what are some of the ways that we use to measure our length? Or supposing you don't have a ruler, you need to measure the length of an object. How can you go about it? So that's what we mean by natural units of measurement. One of it is the hand span. Can you see this? This is hand span. I can use this to measure the length of an object. This is another one. We call this a leg or foot span. Can you see this? I can use this to measure the length of an object. I also have arm's length. You can see the boy stretching his arm. You can use this to measure, probably measure the length of your room. You just keep moving from one point to another. The number of times you move your hands is going to be the number of arm's length that you have measured. So those are the natural units of measuring length. Then we have standard units of measuring length. The standard unit of measuring length is the meter. The meter, as I can say, oh, the ruler is 10 meter long. My television is 13 meter long. This is the standard unit. But we have other units of measurement like your centimeter and your kilometer. Then the instrument that we use for measuring length, we have your ruler and you have your tape rule. Ruler and tape rule. So if you don't know what a ruler looks like, this is a ruler. This is a ruler. This is a tape rule. You must have seen this maybe when you go to the tailor and you want to take your measurements. This is what you use. And this is what we call the engineer meter, the engineer tape rule. They use this to measure too. You can see that it looks like this. So this is used by either engineers, bricklayers, surveyors, and all of that. You usually use this when you're measuring a longer distance. So these are the instruments we use in measuring length. And they are also standard. You can see they all have the standard unit. This is a centimeter, like that. these are the standard instruments we use in measuring length. Okay, let's compare our standard units of measurement with natural units. Standard units of measurement are the same everywhere in the world. That is to say, if I'm measuring an object with my ruler, if I want to measure probably the length of my notebook, if I use my ruler and somebody in America uses his own ruler, we are going to get the same measurement. That's because it's a standard, it's the same everywhere. But for natural units of measurement, it differs from person to person. For example, if I'm going to use the arm length, you know that a boy is actually smaller than a man. So you don't expect the arm length of a boy to be the same as that of a man. So if a boy wants to measure the arm length of his room, he can probably measure it to be maybe 15 arms length. And when a man will do the same measurement, his own might be 10 arms length. So you can see that for natural units of measurement, it differs. So it is not advised to be used as a standard unit of measurement. Unlike when you use your ruler or tape rule, you know that it's the same thing everywhere. So that's the difference between the two of them. Natural units differs from person to person, but for your standard unit, it's the same thing everywhere. Okay, I want you to try this. You're going to compare this. Look at these combs, compare them and tell me which one is longer, longest. The same thing with this metal. Compare them and tell me which is longer, and which is longest. So if you've done it properly, this should be your answer. This should be your answer. So do yours, write it out and compare with mine to see if it's the same thing. We've come to the end of the class. Have a nice day.